Hey everyone, it's Trey here, and today we're going to be showing off a guide to the RPG-7 in Roblox Red by BaconBot or whatever. This is the first of various weapons. I tried to go for a more like voiceover approach to this, although I do prefer just live commentary. But, tell me what you think in the comments below. So, let's get into the stats here. The RPG-7, costs 65,000 red bucks and is unlocked at rank 27, Emerald 1. Does 625 damage with explosion fall off included, as the explosion range is 20 studs. Range is time based, but essentially if you fire it into an infinite distance such as the skybox, it'll last for about 10 seconds until it blows up. It has 1 out of 3 ammo, meaning that you have 1 automatically ready to use and 3 to go, with about a 2-second reload time. Fire rate is probably around 40 RPM, showing here on the Dread Wiki with a question mark. I'll figure that out. And of course, fire rate is manual. It was added in 1.05, and BaconBot designed it. I believe it was actually his first weapon made in Blender, so yeah. Now, that's out of the way, let's go ahead and talk about some general tips regarding the RPG. Number 1 is, well, obviously enough, you should know the difference, between your target and you. Obviously enough, the RPG has a huge explosion radius, and if you're too close to it, you can die very easily. Obviously enough, if you are just barely outside of it, you can take like very minimum damage to moderate to even large amounts of damage, as the grace distance between it is, well, really short due to its high damage and in a short amount of range. So for my next tip, you should always prioritize riot zombies over the other types when you're firing your RPG at them. Best reason is obviously enough, if you have a pretty good secondary like the Subaru, like you see I'm using right now, or the Deagle, you can easily get rid of them with a single shot. So, and it's way easier. Next tip is to also combo your shots. If you prioritize riot zombies, you should always also try to aim correctly. So not only that you'll kill the riot zombie, you also kill any other zombies nearby, which saves you a shell or two, especially from what you're seeing right now. Definitely saves me some rounds, so yeah. And for my last and final tip, you should always prioritize your secondary ammo over your RPG ammo. So, for an example, let's say your weapons are out of ammunition, your secondary and your RPG. Obviously, you should reload your secondary, because then, you have all those rounds to, fire at anything other than riots. So then once you go ahead and collect ammo for your RPG, you're essentially ready to go back into the game again. Obviously, I say you should collect RPG ammo once you're on your last rocket. But, as you saw there, I didn't see the riot because he blended in with the shadows really nicely, so, yeah. So with that out of the way, I'd like to thank you all for watching this small, short RPG tutorial. Not tutorial, guide. This is kind of interesting doing the voiceover thing. Just commentating over the gameplay you see in the background, along with a little bit of editing. Sorry for having posting in a year or so. But, I just suddenly had the idea of, making guides for the weapons again. So, I might try and do live commentary next time, see how that goes. So, let me know what weapon you want next down in the comments. Maybe you could, suggest an item. Maybe you could suggest, how game modes work. I don't know. Whatever. Tell me what your opinions are. And, yeah. Anyways, thank you all for watching. Y'all have a nice day.